Hi class, in this video I'm going to be talking about how to find the volume of 3D shapes, and the first shape we're going to focus on is the rectangular prism. So to find the volume of any shape, we just need to know the area of the base times the height. I like to let the area of the base be on the bottom, and then I simply times it by my height, which in this case would be 5. So to find the area of my base, I'm simply going to do 4 times 8.5, and then I times that by 5, how tall it is for my height. So because of that, the volume for a rectangular prism is always going to be a length times width times height. So in this case, length is 8.5. 8.5 times 4, that's going to be the area of my base, and then I times that by the height, which is 5. And upon doing so, I'm going to get 170 centimeters cubed. And that's how I find the volume of a rectangular prism. So for the volume of a cube, same idea, the area of the base, I find that first. So in this case, the area of my base, or the bottom, is going to be 3 times 3, and then I times that answer to my height, which is 3. So area of base times height. To find the volume for a cube, since every side is the same for a cube, I'm simply going to write side times side times side. So in this case, one side is 3, so I just write 3 times 3 times 3 times all the sides together, and I'm going to get 27 meters cubed for my volume. Okay, now let's move on to a triangular prism. For a triangular prism, my base is on the bottom here. It's just going to be the area of this triangle. So the area of this triangle is going to be 9 times 5. And then my height is going to be 8. So for the volume here, for a triangular prism, I first want to find the area of my base, which is a triangle. So it's going to be the base times the height of my triangle divided by 2. Then after that, I times it by the height of my shape. So the base of my triangle is 9. The height of my triangle is 5. So 9 times 5 divided by 2. Then I times that by my height of the triangular prism, which is going to be 8. If I keep calculating that, 9 times 5 is 45. 45 divided by 2 is 22.5. So I have 22.5 times 8. I'm going to compute that, and I'm going to get an answer of 180 millimeters cubed. Now let's move to the last shape, the volume of a cylinder. So in this case, if your cylinder is sideways, what I want to do is I want to let the circle be my base. So I'm going to rotate it such that the circle's on the bottom. And then I just find the area of the circle and times it by the height. So in this case, the height would be 10.5. And for the bottom here, I have a radius of 2 meters. So to find the volume, I need the area of the base. The area of a circle, which is my base, is going to be defined as pi times radius squared. And then I'm going to times that by my height. So in this case, I'm going to replace pi with 3.14. And to make things simpler, I'm just going to break down radius squared as radius times radius, because that is radius squared. And then I will times by my height. So in this case, 3.14 times 2, which is my radius, times 2, which is my radius again, then times 10.5. And if I compute all of that, I would get the answer to the volume of this cylinder here. So I'm going to get 131.88 meters cubed. And that's how you find the volume of a cylinder. So before we end the video, just to reiterate, this is always going to be the volume for a cylinder, it's always going to be pi times radius squared times height. This will always be the volume for a triangular prism, is always going to be defined triangular prism. Okay, it's always going to be defined as the base of the triangle times the height of the triangle divided by 2 times the height of the triangular prism. The volume for a cube is always going to be defined as the side times the side times the side. And the volume for a rectangular prism is always going to be defined as the length times the width times the height. And that pretty much ends our video on how to find the volume of 3D shapes.